Hello everyone, really glad to have this opportunity to present our work FedCube, which is a Fed infrastructure for integrated multi-omics data analysis. Firstly, very briefly present the background of this work. FedCube was developed in Netherlands cross-omic initiative, which involves multiple university medical centers. One of the objectives in cross-omics is to develop a national infrastructure for the generation, analysis, and interpretation of multi-omic data. During our work, two challenges are identified, namely, when combining technologies in different omics, it is hard because the data and the also associated metadata are not always fair. The second challenge is that when promoting reuse of data derived from a human source, it is easy to infringe the privacy of the individuals. To address these challenges, we propose to develop a FedCube, which is a set of tools and services that helps researchers in different stages of the research data life cycle, including creating and describing new data and finding, understanding, and reusing existing fair multi-omics data. This diagram shows the three main functions with which FedCube can help researchers. The first main function, in purple area, is creation of multi-omics data and metadata. In this part, FedCube helps the researcher, the dataset owner, to generate standardized fair metadata and publish the verified metadata in the public metadata registry. In our case, we use FedCube point. The second main function, highlighted in pink area, is enabling a researcher, a dataset consumer, to perform semantic search query towards the metadata registry. The third function is highlighted in the yellow area. If a researcher finds an interesting dataset after doing semantic search and query, he or she would go a step further to run an analysis on the dataset. FedCube can help on this point by integrating a component called Vantage6, which implements the idea of bringing algorithms to datasets instead of sending datasets to algorithms. After running the algorithms on a dataset, the aggregated result is sent back to the researcher who raised the computation request. In this way, the privacy of dataset is securely protected in a safe environment. We demonstrated the use of FedCube on the project of TWARC, just the world of Corona. For detail of the TWARC project and the verification of TWARC dataset, please refer to another presentation by my colleague. On this slide, we show some examples that the researcher could query on the FedCube point. The first example is a simple one, like how many patients in the dataset available in the FedCube point are diagnosed with COVID-19. A more complex example could be in several steps. The first step would be retrieve study identifier where COVID is mentioned. The second step would be query subject ID that have COVID-19 status information. And the third step would be query sample ID based on individual ID. And the last step would, based on sample ID, to find the link to the transcriptomics feature data file. On the right are two screenshots. The top one is the portal of FedPoint, where the TWARC dataset metadata is published and displayed. The bottom screenshot shows the portal where a researcher could run a Spark query on the metadata. On this slide, we show how we use Vantage6 to help a researcher doing federated analysis. The left screenshot shows the Vantage6 user interface, where a registered user can create a task. A Docker container is specified and will be retrieved from a Docker registry, like Docker Hub. In this case, an average algorithm is specified to run on the TWARC dataset. In our case, for simplicity, we use a CSV file as a dataset, which has a column named age. The average algorithm would compute an average value on the column age. The Each column is also specified as a parameter of the task. The screenshot on the right shows the result of running the algorithm. Okay. Finally, a brief takeaway. We introduced our work fed cube, an integrated acrosomic infrastructure that helps researchers in different stages of research data lifecycle. And we demonstrate on the work project. We would like to thank all the team members and the supporting fundings. We are happy to take questions. Thank you.